So cool to see that kind of reaction from those kids, and for Alshon Jeffrey, knowing how he's feeling even right now after what happened, that is awesome. And that is a classy move by him to go to her classroom. So good on you, Alshon Jeffrey.
I love it that it made him smile.
All right, he was having a good time.
He was having a good time. And he needs to put a smile on his face because that was a tough drop that he had.
Love to see that.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much, Will. We'll talk to you in a bit. Actually, we won't. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. Championship Sunday. And a reminder to watch tonight, our analysts break down the conference championship games from every angle, plus who needs to win and why. Check out NFL Game Day Pick'em, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. That's tonight at 6:30 Eastern. Only on NFL Network. We've spent so much time chewing on these teams and these matchups and the storylines and who's going to be the big playmaker, who's going to take it to the bank. What about the X factor? Is there something that maybe we haven't thought of that's going to make a difference this week?
I'm looking at the Chiefs, and we talk so much Tyreek, deservedly so. He's incredible. There's a guy on the other side who might be just as talented, and it's Sammy Watkins, who out for a long time, comes back last week in that game, and all of a sudden just had 6 catches like it was no big deal. They talked to Kelsey afterwards about what was it like having Watkins out there. His face lit up. He said, it's huge what he does for the offense. These types of games sometimes, it's that guy you forgot about who makes the huge play. Maybe it's only one play, but Sammy Watkins is an incredibly talented dude who can also beat you deep, and the Patriots have probably spent a lot of time this week talking about the cheetah. I mean, a lot, and they should. Just watch if Watkins, while they're going to the cheetah, they go to him. I can see that happen 100%. Sammy Watkins, don't sleep on him.
Speaking of guys that you forgot about, what about a position that you forget about, and that's the fullback position.
I love the fullbacks.
James Devlin is a monster. I mean, we talk about, certain quarterbacks and their precision, their efficiency when throwing to certain receivers, or Bobby Wagner never misses a tackle. I believe that James Devlin has never missed a block. Every time he's on the field, and he's a lead blocker for the fantastic Sony Michel, the fantastic James White, he is always putting his helmet in the middle of somebody's chest and knocking them back. If you want to pay attention to some hard-nosed, old-school football, pay attention to James Devlin. Oh, and he could get the ball and score 2 touchdowns in the game as well. But James Devlin is a beast, and he's a true fullback, and he's a guy that's going to be the X factor in this game.
C.J. Anderson got a lot of the pub last week for the Rams because he had this wonderful breakthrough game, and obviously McVay got credit, but I thought Ndamukong Suh played his best game of the season, and it's almost like Suh's been okay or good, but has he lived up to the money they're paying him for a 1-year deal? And then in the biggest of moments, on 4th and 1, Ezekiel Elliott up the middle. It wasn't Aaron Donald. It was Ndamukong Suh who stepped up and was Superman. I think Ndamukong Suh has saved his best for last, and I think with Ingram and Kamara coming, everyone's talking about Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, who, if we remember, all the talk about Sean McVay taking him out to Nobu and Malibu and this courting process, private jets, and it was this fancy free agent acquisition. Right. This is a gritty and ugly game when it comes down to the trenches, and I think Ndamukong Suh might save his best for last. Ndamukong Suh might be the X factor on Sunday.
Almost signed with the Saints, too. It's all crazy and really intertwined. Even that Brandon Cook storyline with him playing on 3 of these 4 teams in the conference championship in his career. A lot of things to follow. We've got you covered all weekend long. But, guys, we've talked about this stuff enough. It's about that.